Excuse me, sir. Step over here. Let me ask you a question if you can help me.
The setting, a farmer's market in Columbus, New Jersey. Inside, a woman shopping for produce with her baby. She's under surveillance by this man. He stays outside, hoping the woman won't spot him. He solicits help from random shoppers.
Ma'am, excuse me. I'm a recovery agent.
He tells them he's a recovery agent, a fancy term for bounty hunter, and he needs help capturing the woman inside.
Let me show you a picture. Hold on. I'm trying to ID somebody inside there with a blue jacket. Do you see the woman I'm talking about?
And shoppers seem to want to help.
Yeah.
Have you ever used handcuffs?
No. I'd sooner grab her and put her down.
The bounty hunter needs positive ID and asks a shopper to take the wallet from the woman inside.
If she walks away from that carriage and you see the wallet, just pick it up and walk it out to me, okay?
You're a cop, so I'm not going to get in trouble?
Let me show. Come over here.
Okay.
All right.
This is what our bounty hunter flashes, a badge we bought online, no questions asked, and it offers no legal authority. The bounty hunter, his name is George, and he agreed to ask people to do things he normally wouldn't. The woman inside, she's Tracy, an actress playing the role of a mother who may have kidnapped her baby from the father. Will the shopper follow the command of an authority figure and actually take Tracy's wallet? She goes inside the fruit stand, and when Tracy turns her back, she swipes her wallet and brings it back to the man with the badge. Now, why in the world would anyone follow the orders of a stranger?
I said, I'll take her down. I'll just throw her down.
What's the lesson? Did you learn something here?
Yeah. The bad lesson is, showed me a badge that anybody can buy.
And almost anybody can be duped. The idea for testing the power of an authority figure came from a shocking true story. An assistant manager at a McDonald's received a call from a man claiming to be a police officer. He told the manager to strip search a young employee who he said had stolen a purse. The manager never questioned the man's identity and blindly obeyed. And it didn't stop there. The caller told another person at the restaurant to make the naked employee do jumping jacks. She was spanked and told to perform sexual acts.
All right, so in this particular video clip, this was a real life story, and they actually made a movie about this. It was called Compliance, as you see here. A photo. I think the actress name is Dreama Walker, as you see here in the clip, the photo here. In that movie, and it's quite ironic because this is like everything having a domino effect where you find out the truth about things. I saw the movie Compliance on, I believe, Showtime or something a while back, and I was just watching a movie, and then I started to look at the plot of the movie, and there was this chick. She worked at a restaurant, and somebody called. They were a cop, assuming to be a cop, and then as the movie progressed, the so-called cop was on the phone demanding certain things that the manager, the employees at the restaurant do to the individual, and she strip searched, and she was like, I don't feel comfortable doing this and this and that. And then the manager is saying, well, they're saying you stole something from someone, and we want to get to the bottom of this. Once we, find out what the matter is, we can resolve the issue. Now, it was one thing for her to get strip searched, as you saw in the video. But then what happened is the individual, the perpetrator, on the phone, what happened is he started to demand strange things, like make her do jumping jacks naked, as you see in the video. Everything that's in that video was in the movie. And then they decided to have her get on her knees, bend over, and the person that was watching her was the husband of the manager. So you have to watch this movie. If you haven't seen the movie Compliance, check the movie out and you'll see in depth that story of what happened to that young lady. The husband of the manager was told to stand in and monitor her because, the business was busy and the manager had to go back to work. So she called her husband to come in and keep an eye on the so-called suspect. So he understands that there's someone different on the phone now. So he demands different things with different people on the phone. So he demands that she get on the ground naked and bend over. And he told the husband of the manager to spank her, as you see in the video. Then it went on to her performing oral sex on the husband. Now, the husband in the movie didn't deny anything. He didn't try to say, this seems suspicious. I don't think a cop would tell me to do this. He did it. You know why? Because the person on the phone, he blackmailed him. But even in blackmailing, you should have the integrity to not do that. And then, after doing that, he walked out of the store. The manager, his wife, was like, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" He just walked out in silence of guilt. Now, the next person they got to come in to watch her, was a local guy that everybody knew in the neighborhood, older individual, and he got on the phone and he was telling the guy was telling the guy to do the same thing. And this guy said, "No, I'm not doing that. It's not ladylike for her to be seen in the buff." He's kind of country, country with it. And, he had some morals about himself, though. He was like, "I'm not doing that. It's not right to see a lady in the buff. It's not ladylike." And then he told the manager, he said, "I don't know who that is on the phone, but that is not a cop." Now, at the end of the movie, they interviewed the manager and asked her, "At what point did you feel that it was suspicious?" She told you she hadn't stolen anything, and you saw her on the ground, on her knees, when you came into the office. You didn't find anything suspicious about that? She didn't. She looked guilty. What that was that whole environment. You have to check the movie out because they had other individuals involved in the plot. I'll just give you some insight on it. There was the manager, right? There was the coworkers. There was a guy coworker, and then there was a female coworker. And from my understanding, the female coworker was a lesbian. When they started strip searching her, the female coworker they gave a screenshot of her like she was biting her lip in a seductive way. It was almost as if she wanted her to strip. The male coworker, along with the last person, were the only two people that said, "This is not right. Something is wrong here." Everyone else went along with it. And you know what that was? They were also a part of gang stalking. It wasn't just the person that was calling that perhaps was obsessed with that young female. The manager, the husband, and the female coworker of that woman were all in on it. You have to check the movie out. I had to say this because it's quite ironic that I come across a video dealing with gang stalking, and it's linked to a movie that I saw that I found was quite strange. And I actually see the video and the real life story that movie was based on.
Turns out the call was a vicious hoax, a horrid example of failing to question authority. Back in New Jersey, would shoppers question our authority figure?
Ma'am, excuse me. Can I talk to you for a minute? I'm working a fugitive job right here.
He's about to ask this woman to drug and sedate our fugitive.
What I'm going to ask you to do, just put this in there, and what I'm going to try to do is switch the soda on her. This will slow her down a little bit.
You're going to spur Mickey, aren't you?
Well, it's basically it slows her down. If she gets up, would you be comfortable just dropping this in there?
It's outrageous. Will June perform this illegal act? When our actress turns her back, she sneaks in and drops the pill right into Tracy's soda.
You actually put the pill in her
Yes, I did. He showed me a federal agent badge. So, what am I supposed to think? If I don't, then what?
But June, you didn't know this for sure.
No, I didn't.
What if you harmed this poor woman?
Then I guess that would be on my head, too.
Luckily for June's conscience and our actress, the Mickey was just some candy that we bought a few minutes earlier.
How likely is it for us to listen to someone simply because they seem authoritative?
Yeah, I guess I'm a sucker.
But also sucked into our plot is this next woman, Crystal.
Somebody who kidnapped a child right inside this office right here? Mm-hmm. I want you to go in just real quick and ID her for me.
A little talk about the baby being kidnapped, and then George asks Crystal to do a little kidnapping herself. Our baby isn't real, but Crystal doesn't know that.
Okay, what you're going to do is walk back inside the produce area, push the carriage straight to me. Okay?
Without ever questioning our authority figure, Crystal heads inside to look for the baby. She locates the stroller, waits for an opportunity, and then she pushes it right out to George, who's waiting in the parking lot. We were stunned.
Walk fast, walk fast.
Ma'am, what are you doing?
Walk fast,
Excuse me?
walk fast. Don't turn around, don't turn around.
Excuse me, what are you doing? That's my baby. Why did you take my baby? Who is that? He's a police officer. He showed me his badge. You know for sure he's a police officer?
Only now does Crystal realize she might have been duped, becoming perhaps an accomplice to a kidnapping.
You have no right to take my baby.
Crystal defends her actions. Her thoughts, she says, were with the baby.
My sister has an infant, and I think it was just something that was really close to my heart, and I was thinking about how bad I would have felt if someone had taken my sister's baby.
Experts say empathy often determines whether people will act. And that's definitely true with this man. Chris Blackman is a father of a 6-month-old.
We had him out yesterday. He's got little snifflies on.
Yeah, that's what he has, too.
And he's drawn to our actress before our bounty hunter even approaches him. because she appears to be a new parent, too.
What day was he born?
God. I'm losing my brain. Yeah, like the 7th.
My name is Chris, but
Oh,
I come around
Tracy.
here once in a while.
Tracy.
Tracy,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
We didn't think there was any way Chris could be recruited to help our bounty hunter. He and Tracy, after all, were bonding so well. But watch what happens next.
Excuse me, sir. Can I talk to you? I'm a recovery agent. I saw you talking to that girl in there with the blue jacket on.
Yeah.
I know she got real friendly.
Right.
She's wanted for kidnapping.
She didn't know the date of that birth either.
She's got a warrant for her arrest.
I understand.
Chris is torn. Does he believe the friendly mother of a baby, or a man who claims he's a bounty hunter?
Do you have a police officer?
I don't yet. They're counting down the
I
way.
need
That's right.
that first.
Okay, well,
Before I
I
can
don't...
do anything, I need a police officer that's going to confirm what you're telling me.
Of the 22 shoppers we confronted, Chris is the only one who really questions our authority figure.
Well, I don't have a police officer here now.
It's just making me a little nervous.
Okay.
I want to help you out.
Okay, well,
but I don't wanna,
I'm not asking you to do
I don't
anything with the
wanna
baby.
I don't
Chris is conflicted and ultimately compromises. He refuses to take the baby, but he agrees to block Tracy while George pushes the stroller away.
If she comes, just don't let her come towards me.
Put it in the basket.
I know, that's okay. If she comes, just don't come towards me.
Where's my baby?
Excuse me, ma'am.
What?
Can I ask you a question?
No!
Please, can I ask
No!
you a
No! Why?
question?
No! Where'd he go? Why did you do that?
Sir, it's okay.
Having a fit.
Listen to me. Listen, sit.
I'm dying.
Relax.
I'm dying.
This is not real. It's a TV show.
Didn't mean to shake you up that way. Well, it's part of a show called What Would You Do? And the question is, you're torn. I'm so sorry.
I just had a baby.
In the heat of the moment, Chris followed his head by asking lots of smart questions, but also followed his heart, trying to protect the baby.
Anyone can get a badge, right?
Exactly. And you see how many false IDs there could be, fake IDs. Man, my heart's still racing.
Sorry.
That's all right. I just pictured myself, you know, if I was the father sitting at home, wondering where their child would have been or where he is. Now I gotta go home.